And good evening, everyone, and welcome into another postseason edition of the KCAU-9 Sports Zone. Tonight, second-round action got underway in Nebraska's 8-man classes. Now, one team looking to keep alive the hope of a state title is number 2 Creighton. The Dogs steamrolled Southern last Thursday, 82-28, as they chase after their first-ever Gridiron Championship. Creighton once again at home this week, welcoming in the Gators of Wisner-Pilger. Dogs already with the 8-0 lead, Then they turn to their workhorse. Bryce Zimmerer slices his way in for 6. Creighton up 15-0 midway through the first. And the Gators doing their best they could at stopping the run. Dylan Kneifel drags down Braden Zimmerer there, but Creighton just too much on the ground. Here, Braden is going to freeze the defense, calls his own number, and he finds pay dirt easily for another score. And then the Dogs go back to the other Zimmerer, Bryce. He's going to plow his way in from 1 yard out. Creighton runs away with this one, quite literally. 66-12, the Dogs are on to the quarterfinals. Down to Beamer, Nebraska. Number 9 Guardian Angels CC hosting number 10 Howells Dodge. Midway through the first quarter, Blue Jays down 14, but GACC's Jared Minnick takes the handoff and pushes his way in to get them on the board. Ahead to the second now, Howells Dodge Darren Pokorny. He's going to trick the secondary, and he's treated to a 25-yard touchdown reception to Luke Rochefort. Jags up 20-6, but the Blue Jays respond. Minnick is going to find an opening, bounce off the tackler, and he is gone. 49-yard touchdown. Howells Dodge took the lead at half, 26-20, but the Blue Jays rally back to win it 40-34. They will get Exeter Milligan Friend coming up next Tuesday. One other D1 score from tonight, Lutheran High Northeast is moving on with the 66-26 win over Osceola High Plains. The Eagles will host Creighton coming up next Tuesday in Norfolk. Well, down to Class D2, Bloomfield may be Siouxland's best chance of a state title in that class. The Bees took down Meridian 38-14 last week to move to 9-0 on the year. Tonight, they welcomed in a fellow Siouxland school to town. The 6th-ranked Bees hosting the Tigers from Osmond in this one. Second quarter, Bloomfield up 8-0, and the Bees' Dave Davis going to intercept the tip pass, and we're going the other way. Then check this out. It looks like Osmond makes a great tackle in the backfield, but Braden Eisenhower fakes out everyone, including us, and he is off to the races. The 40-yard score makes it 16-0 Bloomfield out in front, but the Tigers would catch the Bees secondary sleeping here. Anthony Hyman heaves it up to Justice Martins, who's going to shed a tackler, and he is gone. 50-plus yards. Tigers, though, trail 16-8 with just about 4 to play in the half, and the Bees would add another score before the break. Eisenhower looking to pass, tucks it, and runs his way into the end zone for another score. Osmond made it a close one, but Bloomfield is on to the quarterfinals 30-20. The Bees will face number 1 Johnson Brock coming up next week. Let's check out some afternoon action in Randolph. The Cardinals hosting number 2 Falls City Sacred Heart, and the Irish go marching right down the field on their opening drive. Quarterback Drew Bips is going to keep it himself, scamper all the way down inside the 10. Sacred Heart would score 2 plays later. They jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Irish again with the ball here, looking to go deep, but Carter Schnorr is going to make the great breakup in the secondary. But then on the next play, Bibbs is going to drop back again, this time tuck it and run for the 34-yard touchdown. Irish would take a 38-0 lead, but ahead to the second quarter, Cards do get on the board. Schnorr is going to drop back and hit Avery Bermel for 6. Randolph trailed 46-8 at halftime, and unfortunately the road comes to an end for the Cards. They fall 60-22. 2 other D2 scores from today, as I alluded to. Allen falls to number 1 Johnson Brock, 76-0. The Eagles finish the season 6-4. On Hartington-Newcastle, Jenna, I'm sorry to say, falls this evening 54-8 to number 4 Humphrey St. Francis. Wildcats, though, also with a nice 6-4 season.